Yes, just a very, very slight breeze, possibly, if anything, just favouring Leeds, but I don't think... just a very slight breeze, but I don't think it will really favour anybody. Just slightly in Leeds' favour. And the crowd just flexing their vocal cords, getting ready to roar their favourites on, and it's Salford, number 3, Martin Burkitt, electing to kick off. And doesn't Robbie Whitfield look happy to be in the big time? So, Martin Burkitt to kick off. Leeds. Mike O'Neill, resplendent in his usual scrum cap. Marvin Edwards. Leeds, twice winners of this trophy, and in fact beat Salford way back in 1973. The ground may look hard there, but as you can see, it's cutting up. It is really very soft, just a light covering of frost.
They've just been a little bit unsure with their start, Ray. They haven't really hit anything positive, and the ball goes back to Schofield for a clearing kick, but it's found touch. It was a good kick.
I should think it would be very difficult to know which studs to wear on this pitch, John.
Well, it would be, but I just thought Leeds looked a little bit nervous and a little bit unsure of what they wanted to do from the kick-off.
So the first scrum, Steve Kerry, number 7, been a little unsettled with David Cruikshank playing at scrum half, but gets his chance here at Valley Parade today. Bringing in Tex Evans. We saw the power of these two wingmen for Salford, Tex Evans and Adrian Hadley last week. And this man, Leeds. David Young, a lot to prove. 18 months at Headingley, discarded, and now finding his best form here is this Welshman at Salford. That's a good kick. Good kick. One of the attacking weapons in the repertoire of this young hooker, Mark Lee, pushing Salford down here into this 25-yard.
Yeah, he's one of the few hookers that kicks from dummy half, and they're very hard to coach against. They're very hard to stop from kicking the football when they get into dummy half and kick the ball.
So John Bentley, oh, that's a tremendous burst from Bentley. Has he got the support? Not quite. Oh, and he's lost the ball. But a tremendous burst already from Bentley. Good, powerful run. I think Salford will just hold this ball for 2 or 3 tackles, regroup, reshape themselves. Really taken by surprise. Wayne Reed, one of the bargain buys of the season, this number 6, just £5,000 he cost from Wigan. That's a good ball from Lee, that's a better ball, a chance here now, a good tackle, good covering again, and I think we can see, John, already 2 very, very good attacking sides.
Yeah, they're moving the ball well, and this is the first chance that they've had.
A little bit too adventurous there, but good play from Mr. Whitfield, allowing advantage. And Phil Ford coming in from the wing to help. Valley Parade here, Bradford City Ground, staged 3 or 4 Bradford Northern matches in the past. Things look calm there on the Leeds bench. And Schofield again, kicking for position. Or rather, Bobby Goulding. Both of these half-backs adept with the kick. Bobby Goulding there, just slicing it through.
Well, it's a good kick from Goulding. He just places the ball and kicks it. He's aiming at about the 22-metre line, and they just try to force Salford back.
Salford ball. Gibson. Man of the match last week. Very low. Oh, that's a bad one. Play on waves there, Mr. Whitfield. Young again, keen to get into the action. Likes to drive the ball up, this former Cardiff lad. Shane Hansen, good support play. Salford quite keen to move this ball even in their own 25-yard area, John.
Yeah, and Hansen's a player that's impressed me. We've played Salford twice in the last month, and Hansen looked good with the ball in his hands. He was big and he was strong and he was prepared to pass it.
Nick Waddle. Looking very, very lively, this Salford pack. Steve O'Neill there, the Alliance League coach. Studying. Ford, has he got that pace? Beautiful sidestep from Phil Ford. Now then, he's got Marvin Edwards with him, but a good tackle. And that's a good tackle there. And David Young, and another good tackle. Puts a lot of work in this prop forward, John.
Yeah, he's probably got a little bit to prove against Leeds too. I think they were the club that let him go in the off-season, and you know, he felt he was hard done by. So it always adds a little bit of spice to the player. He likes to perform well against his old club, especially once they let him go.
That's a good ball to Goulding. Both sides throwing this ball about. Gay abandon, and again Richard Gunn, left-footed. Just makes it. So both hookers displaying a liking for the kick to touch. Richard Gunn there, former British Colleges tourist.
Yeah, Salford have definitely got to strengthen their defence up. They're both wingers, Phil Ford and John Bentley have made long breaks down the middle of the field, and you know, they just need to tighten up a little bit.
Salford second in the second division last year. They were promoted and doing very well this year in the first division, moved up to mid-table.
He's a hard-working forward, Jed Stasic, who can advance the ball, and he's not that big, but he just gets down the middle of the park and gets across the advantage line all the time.
And this Leeds defence moving up very, very quickly. Skipper Ian Blease there, spotting how quickly that defence moved up. The fifth tackle to Marvin Edwards. Bentley again, coming inside. I think one or two of these wingmen are freezing out there on the wing, probably want to get into the action. Malloy, risky pass, but he managed to get it away. Bentley, good ball to Edwards. Good cover tackle there by Tex Evans. Goulding again, continually playing down this near side, and well picked up by Gibson. He has real pace, this fullback. And here's a man with pace and strength, Adrian Hadley. Stasiker. Good battle there between the props. Jed Stasiker for Salford in the red and white, and Mike O'Neill. Nick Waddle, good ball. That's a better ball to Hansen. He's got Hadley inside him. Can't get it away. Play on. It hit the foot of a Leeds player. I don't think many of the crowd really spotted that, but it's Salford now on the attack. Blease. Looking very confident, this Salford side, John.
They are, and they gave us a lot of trouble last week just with the fact that they were prepared to throw the ball around.
Salford, Tex Evans driving it at the corner. Just 5 yards now from this Leeds line. Salford's first real attack. Gibson looks for the gap. Oh, good chance for Burkitt. He's in. Yes! Oh, adventurous play. Martin Burkitt in already at the corner. Wonderful dummy. Spotted the gap. And the Salford fans rise in tribute to him. A man in form, Martin Burkitt, centre for Salford.
Yeah, they keep the ball alive here. Long pass to Gibson. He looks out to his left. There's nothing on. So he props back off his left foot and comes back to the blind. Again, Stasica keeps the ball available and alive. Dixon took the dummy and went out to the wing and allowed Burkett in there. It was a good try. Long pass out here to Gibson. Now he's looked over to his left. There's nothing on out there, so he just cuts back this way. Stasica does very well here to keep the ball alive. Dixon's left with a 2-on-1 situation and goes out, hoping cover will pick up on the inside.
And Martin Burkett taking the kick, rather surprisingly, in the presence of Kerry, who grabbed 427 points last season for Salford. Pushes it across the post, so Salford 4 points to 0 in the lead. And once again, Salford thrown down the gauntlet to the big guns. A side that's really took the rugby league by storm this season. Rather surprised, John, to see Kerry not kicking goals though.
Well, I spoke to the coach Kevin Tamity about the goal kicking, and he just said that he felt bringing the new player into the side, he'd let him play half back and not worry about the kicks.
And yet he is a class kicker who possibly could have done something with his try. But all credit to Burkett, nicely taken. Mick Worrell again. Worrell this season in the sort of form that took him on the Great Britain tour in '84. And Stasica, young PE students. Peter Williams. Edwards. Missed by Kerry. Very confident player, this young lad, this younger Kiwi. From the Upper Hutt Club in Wellington. Paul Dixon manages to get the ball away. Schofield to Powell. But again, Salford on the attack. Kerry, good ball from Kerry to Evans. Stasica running strongly. Leeds defence under real pressure here. I think, Alex, I've not seen Salford start as confidently as this for years.
Well, I don't know whether this is going to be a lucky omen for Salford, because they scored first last week. They scored first again, and I think Kevin Tamity will be wondering. I hope the end result's the same, but it's interesting to see how Salford are keeping the ball alive. They're supporting the man with the ball, and I think that's the difference between the two sides.
Stasica, yes, the ball fairly buzzing around this pitch. Hansen, that's a good ball. He's got Gibson on the outside there. Superb inside pass. But a good tackle there, the fifth tackle by Devorti. The high kick, no, the attempted drop, it's there. Attempted drop from Mark Lee. He's got one already this season. That's his second drop goal. And possibly none sweeter than that for that young hooker there.
Well, the thing you've got to like about this play is, Ray, they knew exactly what they wanted to do on the last tackle. There wasn't two things in his head. It was just going to be a field goal from the time the referee put his hand up, and it was well taken. Hit it well.
Perfectly flighted. So, 5 points to 0 already for Salford. A drop goal in rugby league, counting just 1 point. And each one of these Salford forwards knowing exactly where to run, exactly where to be. Obviously a lot of planning, I think, gone into this game. Back to Peter Williams. Well taken by Edwards. Good play. Salford lost to Leeds 19 years ago in this Regal Trophy final, 12 points to 7. The days of David Watkins and Colin Dixon, hoping to go one better here today. Schofield, something really needed now from this Great Britain skipper. And I think lots of problems there for the Leeds coach, Doug Lawton. I don't think he expected to be behind at this stage. But long time to go. Malloy looks for support, can't quite find it. Now then, is it worth the high kick from Golding in this? No, the chip kick. Oh! Play on. Not a bad move, John, from Goulding.
No, well, he just mixed his kicks up, and he's an expert at the chick kick, Bobby Goulding, and you know, he's done it repeatedly in the past and caught them and you know, come up with some points.
And I think that's interesting. Leeds had the ball, but not put the points on the board.
Just about to put a little bit of pressure on now, though, with their second lot of 6. They've had a good 6 on them, and Salford turned the ball over very early in the piece. He's just looking for an inside ball here and puts a little bit behind the hooker.
So Leeds maintaining the pressure. Schofield at the break. That's the one he's been looking for. A lot of pressure on that number 6, Gary Schofield. Leeds now enjoying the best spell in the game so far. Roy Powell. Good ball to Gary Devote. Devote, he's going for the line, the long ball. Full forward. Well, no way through. But Leeds still on the attack. Goulding looks for the short pass to O'Neill. Schofield again, the long one. Gunn, that's a good ball, but good tackle. That's a good tackle coming in from the outside there. From Peter Williams. Oh, well taken by Gibson. Well intended by Schofield, but well taken by Gibson.
Well, they weathered the storm well. They held on. Their defence was good, and now they're hitting back with good counter-attack.
Just 15 minutes gone already. Salford 5 points to 0 in the lead, and a wealth of rugby. Stasica, huge appetite for work.
Yeah, he's a good, solid little player, Stasica, and like you said, he likes to work hard. He's got a nice little jink when he takes the ball up, so he's not an easy target to tackle.
I'm surprised, John. Leeds coach Doug Lawton has not picked up that kick there from Mark Lee. He certainly put some kicks down the right-hand side against you, didn't he?
Well, he does, and he kicks out a dummy half, which is very hard. It leaves it. It's a hard kick to cover.
But it's Leeds ball. It's Bobby Goulding to feed the scrum. Well, that's a good push. One against the head. Very worthy. Tex Evans now rushing for the line. Tex 2 to put him down. Simon Irving there, number 4 for Leeds. Lee switches play to Reed. Salford eager to move this ball around. Reed again, dictating, acting as the pivot. Gets it away to Gibson. Gibson going for the line. No, he can't play that. He can't play that. He's got to play properly, a little bit excited, but it's still Salford on the attack. Reed, he's got an overlap again to Evans. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it. I doubt whether he could have got in. The cover was flooding across. But goodness gracious me, John, aren't Salford really posing problems?
Well, they're putting some pressure on, and all he had to do was catch this ball. It's a long ball from Reed. He floats it across the top. It was good enough to catch. It was good enough to catch.
And those are the opportunities that win matches, but it's Leeds again. Bentley. Devote. Sensibly just bringing the ball away. I think Tex Evans will be ruining that knock-on. Powell. Ian Blease and Shane Hanson getting through a good tackle. I think Alex, coach Doug Lawton, got a few problems down there at the moment.
Well, I think he's getting 2 substitutions already warmed up. Gibson and Sean Wayne are ready to, you know, they're just doing the stretching exercises. But I do believe that was a chance miss for Salford. I think the problem is there's a little bit of a slope on the right-hand side, and I think if Tex Evans had run onto the ball and into it, I think it'd have been a try.
Yes, Kevin Tamati, the Salford Kiwi boss, blended a very good side here from local amateur rugby league signings and 1 or 2 large rugby union signings. Good ball to Hadley. Hadley there now, but a good tackle. Good tackle by David Creaser. Kevin Tamati, as quiet as ever. One of the thinking coaches. Stazika. Adrian Hadley possibly twisted his ankle. I think this pitch is quite treacherous in places, John.
Well, it is, and with a little bit of dew and a little bit of frost still on the ground, it's got to be a little bit slippery, and it looked like he hurt his ankle.
Almost one of Schofield's famous interceptions. Problems there, Alec, with Adrian Hadley?
I think what we've got down here is an ankle injury. I think he turned rather suddenly, and he's got just a little bit of a turn. I don't think it's anything serious. I think he's a big fella. You'll find him up in a minute. He's the physio and the doc's down here on the bench, and he's just keeping a very careful eye on him. I think in 1 second you'll find out there's not going to be a problem, but he looks as though he's gone down again, so maybe this could be a substitution.
It's Salford still in possession. McWaddle.
They just keep plugging away down the middle, don't they, and keeping the ball alive, and it's very hard to defend against.
And it looks as if Adrian Hadley is going to lead the field. Possibly that ankle injury a bit more serious than we thought. John Gilfillan will come on. And that would be a big blow to Salford. Big scoring potential gone. 13 tries this season, Hadley. Kerry to Evans. Rather a wild pass. An even more wild pass to Malloy. Does very, very well to cover that. John Gilfillan, again another signing from Wigan. Just 20 minutes gone. Salford still leading 5 points to 0. The Burkitt try and the Lee drop goal. I think Leeds, John, need a time to sort of settle down here and get themselves organised.
Well, they'll run out of time if they, if they can't come up with something in a moment. But they've had a lot of trouble getting out of their own 22.
And this is the way they're trying to get out of the 22, and that is a good kick from Schofield. Pushes Salford right back into their own 22-metre area. Gibson, but a good tackle, good cover tackle, good loose forward play by Devotee. At number 13, the Leeds loose forward. He's covered 75 yards there. And the second tackle from him.
Yeah, it was very good play because he's a very hard player to tackle, Gibson. His pace is very deceptive, and most of the time he can beat the first tackler.
And Young, number 8, still driving away up front there for Salford. Kerry, good ball to Blease. Ooh, it was a risky one from Blease. Very, very even territory there, but Salford, of course, they've got the points, and that's what matters. Kerry. And the touch judge on. I think Mr. Spencer has spotted something there. I think it was possibly in the tackle with Steve Kerry. Paul Dixon requiring attention. I think it's been a very well-disciplined game so far. That's the first penalty of the match, and it was, of course, as I suggested, Steve Kerry. Not often you see scrum halves attacking second-row forwards. Not to be recommended.
No, I don't think he would have bruised him, Ray. But it's certainly a silly penalty to give away when you're in possession of the football.
Steve Malloy, number 8 there, 21 years of age. And Leeds forwards now beginning to fire up. Dixon, number 12. That's a good switch, back to Neil. But this Salford defence still sound, still sure. Powell. Good run from Roy Powell. just not quite the support play from Leeds at the moment. One or two of the half breaks coming. This looks better from Golding. Golding's threading his way through, but the fifth tackle, I think the grubber kick would be a good tactic along here. No, the long pass. It's a good one to Phil Ford, but it's a forward pass. No need to put the ball down. Phil Ford. Referee Robin Whitfield right on the spot. A forward pass, and it is the sixth tackle, so any offence, it's a handover. So handover to Salford.
Yeah, here the dummy half picks the ball up, and instead of passing it the right way, he twists around and throws it backhand, and it's virtually got to go forward from that passing position.
Just looking at that shot, John, I think a little grubber kick through to the line would have proved successful.
Well, there was a few options open there on the last tackle, and a grubber kick is one of the good options.
Especially on a pitch like this. So, Salford breathe again. 5 points to 0. Not many points so far, but certainly no lack of rugby, no lack of action. Both sides keen to move the ball around. Lee again puts the ball down this near side.
That was better positional play from the fullback. He was over on that 10-yard line waiting for that kick along that 10-yard channel.
And Bentley again, one of these charging runs in midfield to Creaser. Back to Malloy. O'Neill. But a good tackle by Mick Worrell. Worrell spotted the danger. Powell. A lot of energy in these forwards.
I think we saw a little bit more urgency in the Leeds play then. You know, they've got to sort of get out of this gear that they're in, and they've got to try and kick up a gear.
What is the news, Alex, about Adrian Hadley? Will he be back again, or is he off for good?
Well, we're a little bit concerned down here. Certainly the Salford bench are that Adrian Hadley could have a break, and that would be very serious. They're keeping their fingers crossed. It doesn't look too clever. He's got the ice pack on it, and it does look a little bit doubtful that he'll go back on the field. But he looks as though he could have a break, and that could be a bad injury for Salford.
Well, let's hope it's not so bad. Gary Stevens there, assistant coach to Doug Lawton. Just 15 minutes left in this first half. 5 points to 0 for Salford. Evans.
Got a bit of talent over on the bench too, haven't they, Leeds, with you know, current international Gibson and Sean Wayne, who's a very good forward.
They've certainly got a lot of options to bring on people, haven't they?
Yes, they have, and I think if they don't look like coming up with some points soon, you know, I think probably a move off the bench wouldn't be a bad idea.
And here now a chance for Leeds, surely from the scrum. Leeds putting the pressure on now.
Yeah, it's not a bad pass either, and the player just lifted his head, took his eyes off the pass, and the result, a lot of pressure.
Schofield, good tackle. Good cover tackle there by Peter Williams. Spotted Schofield, looking for the gap. Marvin Edwards. But Steve Kerry, number 7, battling hard. Perhaps a lot to prove to the Salford coach, Kerry. Good tackle again from Kerry. Malloy. He's lost it. I would think the ball is quite slippy. There's a lot of frost, a lot of water hanging around on the top of that pitch.
Well, he hung around there and kept that ball available, Ray, and there was a pass on, but I don't think the rest of the Leeds players read it.
I think those handling errors, John, are more from players trying to move the ball about, aren't they?
Yeah, well, both teams are giving the ball a bit of air, and Salford are very keen to keep it alive.
Please. That's a good ball from Williams, and that's a good kick. Gilfillan's going for that ball. It's still there. Here's a chance. He's in. Yes! Oh, beautifully judged kick from Peter Williams, and Gilfillan went all the way. It looked to be nothing on, and suddenly a try from out of the blue for that school teacher. His third of the season. And the Salford fans can hardly believe it. They're dancing on the terraces. But that try started 50, 60 yards away, John.
Yeah, it was a short blind side, and they decided to hit up the blind. There was nothing on. It was a great little kick into a bit of space there. If it goes out, it's a plus. If it stays in, it's a plus. He took the right option there. Instead of trying to pick it up, he kept it on the toe. And it's a great try for John Gilfillan. A very short blind, about a 15-yard blind. It's the hooker across. That's a great little kick there. A little bit of rugby union there, I think. There's an option to pick this ball up. He takes the right one and keeps it on the toe. He scores a great try in the corner. It was well taken. And Kevin Tammany's very happy about it.
Just a hint of a smile beneath that moustache, John. Just a hint of a smile. I think there'll be a bigger smile if Martin Burkitt puts this one over. 30 goals this season, Burkitt. But from the touchline, right-footed, slots it round. It's looking good. Oh, it is good! Yes! I wondered whether Steve Kerry was going to take the kicks, but confidence here in Burkitt. Excellent goal. 2 more points from Salford. And would you believe it, 11 points to 0 against the Giants' Leeds already. I think, as you said, John, just possibly a hint of that union style from Peter Williams, former Oddle player, but doesn't John Gilfillan really run well for this? He keeps it in, and he keeps it in from that touch, doesn't he?
Yeah, it was well taken, great play. They've just shown a little bit of enterprise. Leeds on the kick-off and gone for a short kick-off, and they're in possession, and now there's some pressure back on Salford.
And Leeds really need some points now, trailing 11 points to 0. 10 minutes left in this first half. Malloy pounding for the line. These Leeds forwards not really making the breaks. To Schofield. Devotee, the dummy. O'Neill. Leeds round the Leeds forwards, bring it coming back inside all the time. Goulding. Good tackle again by Stasica, the 5th tackle. Penalty, surely. Bobby Goulding losing himself there. No hesitation from Robbie Whitfield. Yes, he's signalling that, well, he's giving a penalty against Salford somehow. He's obviously signalling that the Salford man after the play of the ball was not in line, John. I thought he was penalising Bobby Goulding for playing it to himself when there was a marker there, and I think there'd be some controversy with this.
Well, we'll see on the replay, but it was Stasica was right in front of him, and Bobby Goulding took the option to take a quick, tap the ball forward without a marker. Well, here's Goulding here, and he gets up quickly to play the ball. Stasica's the tackle. Now Stasica gets up and gets around in front of him, but at this stage he's not right in front of him, not directly in front of the player. And if you want to split hairs about it, again, it's a good decision from Robin Whitfield, in my opinion.
So a chance for Leeds to put some points on the board in the person of Simon Irving, and he does. So 2 points then for Leeds. Simon Irving, 25th goal of the season, and 11 points to 2 for Salford. 8 minutes remaining in this first half.
When we watched Leeds play down at Hull a few weeks ago, they got out of a little bit of trouble by scoring right on the stroke of half-time, and if they're going to get out of trouble in this game, I'd say they'd have to, they'd be looking for a score, just before half-time.
Yep, certainly another 4 or 6 points in this half, John, would do them good, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
And sufficient talent in the Leeds side to do just that. None more than this full-back, Marvin Edwards. I think a little relief in the Leeds camp, Alex.
Well, I think Dougie will be happy to get some kind of points on the board, but I think at this moment in time, you've got to say that Leeds are second best. Salford are playing with a lot of confidence, they're tackling well down the middle, and I don't think the Leeds are playing the right option, playing Salford down the middle. I think they've got to use the backs, they've got plenty of backs, and they've got to play Salford in their own half.
I think, if anything, Alex, the 2 half-backs are bringing the forwards like Roy Powell there back into the middle, aren't they?
Well, everybody knows what Gary Schofield's going to do on Bobby Goulding. They're just laying the ball back inside, and Salford are very strong down the middle, and I think there'd be a little bit better advised to move the ball out wide and support the man better with the ball instead of going down the middle.
So, we'll see. Mr. Whitfield not quite happy with the 2 packs. He is now. Kerry. looking to come away himself to Reed. These two half-backs, Kerry and Reed, coping quite well, John, at the moment.
Yeah, they are. They're handling Goulding and Schofield pretty well, but you know, it was a Goulding break that led to those 2 points, and Schofield's looked a little bit dangerous when he skipped through a couple of times. So you know, they're two players you can't take your eye off.
Young. Again, good kick, but well taken by Edwards, and kept his feet well. Very cool customer, this lad from Wellington, just 23 years of age. Bentley, one of the players for Leeds who's possibly made more ground, more yards than anyone yet. Just 5 minutes left, and Leeds looking to close that gap. 11 points to 2. Dixon, that's a good run from this Great Britain second row. Paul Dixon picked up 2 tries last week against Castleford in the 3rd round. This is better from Leeds now. To Irving. He's got an overlap on this side. Oh! Well, would you believe it? Both the wingman Bentley and Edwards moved inside. I think Simon Irving might well look.
It's Gary Schofield bringing the ball across the field there. It's a long pass. Now, he's got too many options here. He's got 2 players here, and perfect little tunnel pass straight between the 2 of them.
Steve Kerry to feed. Good heel by Lee. Having a good game, this Steve Kerry. As is Reed. Gibson. Long, tall, rangy Australian fullback. Gets it away, still driving in, Mick Worrell. And it's Salford looking for more points. Lee. Reed. Good tackle. Very good tackle from Devotee on young. Chance for another drop. There is. From Mark Lee, but not this time. Sails to the right of the post, but a good attempt. Well worth the effort. And a tap out on that 22-metre line. In this big Leeds section of the crowd now trying to roar their favourites on. Dixon. Another loose pass there from Leeds. Hansen. Reed. Just not got the pace there to go round there. Well, John, some of your fellow countrymen, the Australian schoolboys in this country, I think they'll be a little cold.
Yeah, they're probably feeling the cold a little bit, but they haven't been beaten for quite a while, the Australian schoolboys, and looks like they look like having another successful tour.
Reed. Good ball. Young gets it away. Gilfillan going for the line. Real pressure again on Leeds here. Disaster would strike Leeds if Salford were to score. 2 minutes left in this half. They've got an overlap on this side. That's a good tackle from Irving. And that could have been a try-saving tackle from Irving. He spotted the danger. The 5th tackle. Another attempt at a drop, surely. From Blees, no, it's wild. But that was good pressure from Leeds. It was really Steve Kerry there in our screen, number 7, who was going for the drop. But Goulding trying to instill some urgency into this Leeds side. Bentley. There we see having to move it, and not really the best preparation for the second row. But what about attempt? Devotee, what a good game this loose forward's having, but again no support. Really, half-back should be coming off a loose forward when he makes a break like that. Schofield. Being well policed to Powell. Good handling, good running. Creaser. And Goulding looking for a drop. It's a colossal one, but no, just to the right. Bobby Goulding, just one drop goal to his credit this season. But I think that these drop goal attempts show how both sides realise how important points are going to be at the end, John.
Well, it's a long-range attempt, and here we see Goulding, you know, he puts it up there. He hit it pretty well, actually, but it just fades to the right. There mightn't be much in the end of this game, but the way Salford are playing, you know, they're quite capable of scoring another try. They look very confident with the ball in their hands. And
I'm sure they want to keep that ball in their hands now. Just a minute to go in this first half. Good run, good break by Waller. Waller now going for the post. He's got Stasica with him. He couldn't get that ball away. Leeds dare not relax. Lee. Good handler. Back to Stasica. What a fine game Stasica's having. Burkitt. Evans. Oh, it's still going. Very big, powerful three-quarter line, one of the biggest three-quarter lines in the game, I think, this Salford side.
We've just got 6 again too, Ray, so the pressure's really on Leeds to keep them out.
Stasica going for the line, just kept out, and there is the hooter. Rather dangerous there at the corner. Has he hurt his back? I hope not. No, he hasn't. But a last-ditch tackle from those 3 Leeds lads. Tremendous effort from Jed Stasica, but it still leaves Salford leading 11 points to 2 in Salford's favour. Leeds plenty to do about it, and John, you had experience of this Salford side with Regal last week. Any advice for Leeds as to how they should approach the second half?
Well, they need to get some good field position and get down the Salford end, and the thing that Salford do very well is to keep the ball alive, and we failed to stop them passing last week, and if Leeds want to win this game, they've got to stop them passing the ball this week, especially in the forwards.
And sad sight there to see Adrian Hadley being helped along on crutches. Bad ankle injury. One of those injuries that can always occur on a surface like this that's partly covered in frost. Any news from the benches there, Alec?
Yes, we found out that Adrian Hadley has got ankle ligament problem, and it doesn't look too good. That is a bit of a shame, but Salford will come out pretty happy. They must be very, very pleased. I've just had the Salford supporters singing "Tip Leeds" again, and keep up your performances, and have a bloke just give me a £50 note.
Not like you to turn money down, Alex. So Salford having to do a tackling stint here. Malloy driving in, and this pitch now beginning to crisp up as the temperature really dropping here at Valley Parade. Goulding. Oh, he's lost the ball. He lost his footing. I think that's just what I was talking about. Very treacherous surface there now. Not often you see players do that.
Well, you've got to give the hooker, Mark Lee, a little bit of credit here, because he gets up there quick and puts a lot of heat on Goulding, and, you know, he puts the pressure on him and forces him to do something that he didn't want to do, and therefore he dropped the ball.
Hansen, good ball to Young. Turnaround movement here. Ian Breeze, Jungle Fulham. Good sidestep of this line. Peter Williams did well to get that away, but I don't think Jed Stasica was expecting it.
Sides like this that throw the ball around and, you know, just hope that something comes off. Well, if they catch the football and they have one of those days when the passes stick, well, they win. You know, if they start dropping the ball like that, well, you know, they'll put themselves under a bit of pressure.
Good tackle, and that was a good move between Creaser and Marvin Edwards, but well read there by Peter Williams. Gary Devote, if anyone looks to make a break, it looks like this number 13, doesn't it?
Yeah, Devote's a good runner of the ball.
And here's another good run of the ball, Paul Dixon. Getting through a lot of work in this Leeds pack, number 12. Leeds certainly come out urgently now. Goulding. This little chunky scrum half trying to thread his way through, not really had an opportunity yet. Schofield, good ball to Mike O'Neill. This prop forward can really race. He's got Gorey winning. Oh, good tackle by Tex Evans. But Leeds now looking dangerous. The 5th tackle, Schofield. Got to move it. Devote, inches short, but Schofield's in. Gary Schofield, the try-poacher supreme. Tremendous effort from Schofield there. I said Gary Devote looked like being one of the men to prize a gap, and he was. But Schofield, 6th try this season, and a very important one, and at last something for Leeds to shout about.
Well, Schofield had a hand in this try on 2 occasions. Here he is with the ball. He selects to take the short runner, who comes straight and hard. Then he doubles around the outside and supports really well and takes his chance. Yes. Schofield. Great ball from Schofield, short pass, came onto it strong and hard and got his hands free here and just put the ball around. Schofield did what any good standoff will do and passed the ball, stayed alive and was in a position to back up the break.
Tremendous support play. So Irving, what should be a relatively easy kick. So Irving then. Yes, no problem at all. 2 points from Irving. So at last Leeds really back in this game now. 11 points to 8, and a smile at last on Schofield's face. 44 minutes gone, and the game now delicately poised. And that really, John, is the time to score a try, isn't it?
Well, it is. It's amazing how many teams come out after half-time and, you know, they need to try to get back into the game and they can come up with that try.
And I must say, John, it was a lovely pass from Devote out of the tackle. You don't see many loose forwards with handling abilities these days, mainly runners.
No, he's certainly playing. He's hit a purple patch of form, Gary Devote, and he's been playing very well.
A chance of £32,000 prize money at stake to the eventual winners of this Regal trophy, and the losers here this afternoon having to be content with just £9,000 for the club treasurer. Leeds 13-8 favourites to win this trophy. Salford 28-1 a couple of weeks ago, now down to 6-1. But with 5 minutes gone, I think very much evens here in the second half. Evans loses the ball. And suddenly one senses, John, that the pressure is on Salford.
Yeah, I think they've taken over since they came back out here, and they're certainly putting a little bit of pressure on Salford. And Salford's not hurting themselves because they're coming up with quite a few unforced errors.
Anything that Leeds coach Doug Lawton has said to the Leeds side, Alex, to...
Well, I think Dougie will be very, very happy with what's occurred in this second half. They've scored immediately and really they've put Salford under a little bit of pressure. I think looking at the game now, we've got Gary Schofield and Bobby Goulding, and they're starting to dictate.
Good ball, beautiful ball from Goulding out of the tackle. O'Neill's going himself, he's in! Oh, the game has suddenly swung. It's suddenly changed. And at last that huge Leeds section getting behind their side. Alex Murphy said that the half-backs had suddenly come into form, but didn't that man run well? What a run from a prop forward. That just shows how fit and fast and strong these forwards are in rugby league these days.
Bobby Goulding on a run around here, and somebody comes up too quick out wide. Goulding keeps the ball available and puts O'Neill into the clear, and he just goes for it, goes for the try line. They've been busted down that side. leading up to the last 2 tries. Salford have been very weak over on the right-hand side, and somebody's not getting across there to do their job in defence.
And isn't this real confidence, John, when you see a prop forward like Mike O'Neill approach your full-back and actually dare to take the full-back on the outside with pace, and that's a fast full-back like Gibson. Cracking try. So, Leeds in the lead for the first time, 12 points to 11. Simon Irving hoping to increase that lead, but not good conditions underfoot to approach that ball. Out on the touchline. Takes his time, knows how important this is. And it's there! It's there, straight between the posts. Not a flicker of emotion on this young lad's face, but there's certainly some emotion there from the Leeds fans.
It's a great long-range goal. It's right on the 10-yard line. He puts it up there. I don't think it gets off the black dot. It's right between the posts all the way. It's a good kick.
So, Salford restarts. How fortunes can fluctuate for the coach. Doug Lawton must be a lot happier now. And Leeds looking confident now. It needs a good tackling stint, I think, and possibly a word or two of advice on that walkie-talkie from Kevin Tamati, the Salford coach.
Well, they're a side that won't buckle as well, Salford. They'll hang in there right until the death and play out the 80 minutes. So Leeds are going to have to stay on the job and keep this pressure on that they've got if they want to come up with a win.
So 10 minutes gone in this second half. Leeds now suddenly turn this game around on its head. 14 points to 11 now for Leeds. Can Salford come back as we saw them come back last week? They have the talent. Steve Kerry. But there's an extra edge in these Leeds players now. Worrell, good handoff. Strong run there from Mick Worrell. Ex-Oldham, 3 test caps to his credit. Good switch from Blease. Lee. Salford not being able to launch Gibson from full back as they did last week, John.
No, and they've just come up with another error in the fact that I said they were trying to keep the ball alive, and they're a side that take those sort of chances. And if they lose a little bit of confidence and the passes don't stick, well, they get themselves into trouble.
Any signs of any substitutions, Alec?
Well, there could be one coming up shortly for Salford. The walkie-talkies have been very, very busy on this bench anyway, but Leeds and it looks like Goulding and Schofield have started to click, and it's amazing last week when he played Wigan. Wigan broke Salford twice, wide out, and I think Leeds have took a leaf out of the book.
And here's one man who's been clicking all afternoon, John Bentley, this big, powerful policeman. Former Sale player, really pounding down the middle. 6 foot, 15 stone, takes some stopping. That's a good ball from Schofield to Edwards now then. He's got pace, he's got Devoted with him. Leeds really hitting that flank out there. Moving the ball now. Goulding. Bringing the Salford tacklers into midfield. The attempted drop from Schofield. No. Certainly a rash of drop goals here, attempts this afternoon. And number 15 there, Arthur Bradshaw, coming on, looks to be for Shane Hanson. Bradshaw, the Pato Heath Amateur Rugby League Club in St Helens. Good ball handler, good footballer. And plenty needed from him. Giving a few instructions at the same time. Stazak. Had a good strong running game, this prop. Around the rucks. And Young. Kerry. That's a good ball to Williams. Gilfillan just slightly overran Peter Williams. Been very few penalties in this game.
Yeah, well, I think that's the way rugby league's going. I think teams, the pennies dropped, that teams can't give away a lot of silly penalties, and you can't play with, with poor discipline. You've got to play to the referee and play the game to the rules, and it's the way to go.
Good catch there by Goulding in the acting half-back role. Certainly Leeds moving this ball out very, very wide now. That's a good ball to Devote, but a good tackle. Well met there by Bradshaw. Schofield. Interesting the number of times now that Schofield and Goulding are beginning to command this ball in midfield. It's passing through their hands all the time now. Good kick, sensible kick from Schofield, keeps Leeds pushing forward, keeps the pressure on Salford. Looks like pressure on Carl Gibson there, he's needing a drink. £14 to 11 for Leeds. Good drive, good set scrum there from Leeds, good balanced foot roll. It's Salford ball. Crowd not happy with that, neither is Mr. Whitfield. Evans. Salford, the team of the month for November. Gilfillan again, tending to overrun the pass, trying to take it with one hand. And as you said, John, mistakes beginning to creep in for Salford now.
Yeah, they've put themselves under a fair bit of pressure, and they've had a lot of drop ball in the last 10 minutes, and which is allowing Leeds to play the game in their half.
But still, just those 3 points in the game. 14-11. Schofield again. Beginning to make the gaps now, going for that line. Good tackle by Gibson. But Leeds on the attack, sweeping that ball to the wings. Edwards. He'll do well just to, I think, retain possession and set up the attack for the next few tackles. Powell. Sent to drive it in. A penalty for a high tackle there. I don't think especially malicious tackle there by Gibson. He was caught on the wrong foot, but stuck an arm out instinctively, and you're not allowed to do that. So a chance, I think, for a penalty by Irving. Good firm refereeing there by Mr. Whitfield.
Yeah, his power bringing the ball up, just a little step off the right foot. He wrong foots Gibson and gets back inside him, and Gibson throws his arm out.
Salford, Alex, beginning to make mistakes now under pressure.
Well, it's amazing what a half-time team talk makes to a side. Obviously, the team talk of Dougie Lawton is working. Gary Schofield is now running the game. And world-class players, do things like that. He looks as though he's got all the time in the world, and he's playing exceptionally well.
Looking a little more confident. I think he will be if Irving puts this goal over. He does. 2 points, 2 sure points. So silly mistake there by Salford, costing them 2 more points and just edging Leeds out further. 16 points to 11 now. And 23 minutes to go. Still plenty of time for Salford to come back.
Could be a very valuable 2 points too. They just kicks them 5 points clear, and to get the lead back, Salford have got to score the try and kick the goal. Makes it a little bit harder.
And this Leeds pack now beginning to give some trouble, especially number 12 there, Paul Dixon, 13 Devotee, and this man, Michael O'Neill. 11 seasons in the game at top level, O'Neill, number 10, yet still running as quickly as ever. Schofield. Play on, says Mr. Whitfield. Good advantage played. O'Neill. Still anybody's ball. But no, a knock on there. Kerry. Great rivals, these two coaches, yet great friends, chatting pleasantly enough before the match. I just wonder what thoughts are going through their heads now. Salford needs some points now. That pitch beginning to harden now as the temperature drops dramatically here now at Valley Parade. Stasica. Good strong running prop forward. Worrell. Lee. That's a good ball to Blease. And the fifth tackle. I think a high kick in the air might do some good here. No, there's the little grubber kick. Oh, full forward just kicks it away. Just smashes it over that dead ball line. So drop out beneath the posts.
It's probably the best option that you've got in the modern game, I think, Ray, the grubber kick into the in-goal area, because it means if you don't come up with the try, the opposition's got to kick the ball dead, which forces a goal line dropout, and you get the ball back, and then you can have another shot at them.
And especially, John, possibly on a surface like this, it's very, very slippery, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to bend down and pick up that ball on the ground.
Good run by Gibson. Salford with 5 tackles to go in this sequence. Stasica. Reed. Good switch to Blease. Good pace from Blease. Oh, has he got that gap? He gets it to Gilfillan. Had to come inside though, when really there was possibly a yard on that outside, but it's still Salford on the attack. To Stasica. Kerry. Good support play from this little half-back. Remember, just 5 points difference here between the two teams. Picked up by Gibson. And another 6 tackles. Another 6 tackles the referee waves from Mr. Whitfield. Salford on the attack. It's a good pass. Is he in? Yes! Burkitt is in! So Salford hit back again. Never say die, say Salford, and Burkitt's there, in at the corner. His second try of the match, and suddenly the roars Salford, Salford go around this ground. Tremendous battle here now at Valley Parade.
Yeah, they just got 6 tackles again, and again they show the willingness to keep the ball alive. You've got between players here, and it's really, you could only describe it as a speculator. He's thrown it over the top and hoped somebody caught it, but as was the case last week, they come up with a try out of it.
They still keep going, don't they? Good pass again from Lee, and just how well Worrell flicks that pass out. A step inside, and Burkitt's in. So, very important kick here now. Leeds 1 point ahead, 16-15. Can Burkitt change that situation? 14 stone, powerful kick, and a powerful kick is needed. Oh, it's not accurate at all. So just the 1 point lead. Leeds clinging to that. And there we are, 18 minutes left. We couldn't have a better semi-final than this.
Now, I'm sure we'll see more points scored today again, but again, the willingness of the Salford player to keep the ball alive. knows he's got the numbers out on his right, throws one over the top, and I think that's the second try 2 weeks in a row for the big centre.
So, new heart in Salford, Alex.
I think we've just been saying on the bench here, that's the first time that Salford in this second half have been in the Leeds half. And they needed to score a try. They know it's important. And one good thing about the Salford side, they will never throw the towel in. So I don't think this game's over yet. I think there's going to be the drop goals, the boots are going to be out, and everywhere there's a chance they're going to try and do it.
And I think we could see concern there. The two substitutes for Leeds were warming up, Carl Gibson and Sean Wayne. Lee, the chip kick, how effectively Salford have used this. And it's still going, it's anybody's. Not any longer, it's Schofield's. Salford commanding the possession, but Leeds commanding the game with that 1 point difference. Malloy, £120,000 buy from Wallington, this big prop, number 8. Devotee, what a fine game he's had, this loose forward, product of the Heworth Amateur Rugby League Club. Ooh, Gibson just tempted what to do with that kick from Schofield, wasn't he, John?
Yeah, it was a great kick. He just lay the ball down. It was a nice spiral, and just put enough lean on it to get it out over the sideline. Put the fullback in a very difficult position.
Kerry looking for the dummy.
He's run from every scrum win, Steve Kerry. Every time they've had a scrum and they've won the ball, Kerry's taken off. He hasn't passed the ball once to the 6.
Why do you think that, John?
Well, I think they were hoping that they could catch Gary Devotee sleeping in the scrum, because the halfback can't get around that side, and it puts Schofield under a bit of pressure.
Salford easing themselves back into the game now, handling it better than at any time in this second half. Looking confident again. Good tackling, and the 5th tackle. Gibson. Well taken by Edwards. Oh, good run by Edwards. Powell. Malloy. Leeds settling the game down again, just concentrating. Steve Kerry there, well, a couple of points wouldn't go amiss now from this man. Just 15 minutes left, just 1 point difference. Leeds 16, Salford 15, and Roy Powell now with space. But immediately shut down there. The 5th tackle. Schofield. That's a good kick. It's a tester. Gibson's underneath it. He's not. Play on. Now then, 6 more tackles. Powell again. Gibson knocked the ball on. Leeds had the advantage. Goulding. Tremendous pressure here now on this Salford line. Gunn at acting half-back to Schofield. Good pass to Dixon. Dixon's over. Yes! Oh, that was a well-worked move. I've seen that many a time at Headingley. The short pass on the blind side from Schofield. Tremendous short pass. Dixon latched onto it. And Paul Dixon, his 3rd try in 2 matches. Tremendous effort from Dixon, his 11th of the season, and emerging now as one of the best try-scoring forwards in the game.
Yeah, they shaped up like they were going to go to the right, but again they've found Salford very vulnerable over that left-hand side, and Schofield just runs the ball back right to left, hits Dixon nice and straight. Couple of missed tackles there and he's in. They look like they're going to come to the right here, and Schofield takes a nice little switch back, selects the hard straight runner again. This time instead of Devorty it's Dixon, and he's just too strong.
And it was nice to see a forward like Paul Dixon running from real depth, but Salford have more problems. Another player injured there on the floor in the tackle. It looks like Mark Lee. I think when he went in for that tackle, one of the players fell over. It's significant again. It's another ankle injury. Thankfully, in better condition than Adrian Hadley. A £15,000 bargain buy from St Helens. So, Irving, 100% accuracy so far. Points to 15, and this goal would take them out to that magical 6 points, giving Salford the worry of scoring twice. He does. 2 very, very valuable points from Irving. Trusty, accurate boot. But still, I think this game delicately poised yet. 22 points to 15 for Leeds.
He's hit the ball well all day, hasn't he? They've all been up around the area. He's certainly getting on the ball good.
And Dixon coming more and more into the game. Just over 10 minutes left. Kevin Tamate possibly there, racking his brains as to what to do at this stage. Malloy. Anything, Alex, coming through from the Salford bench now?
Well, there's nothing coming through from Salford bench, but it looks as though there's going to be a substitute for Leeds. Carl Gibson looks as though he's getting ready to come on the field. But the important thing about this game is the way that Schofield has took this game by the scruff of the neck. And before you accuse him of knowing the man of the match, he is my man of the match.
Gibson then coming on for John Bentley. Good blindside move here from Worrell. Just got himself tied up, but a good break. Good thinking there by the loose forward. Little despondency there from the Salford bench, but still plenty of time left yet in this match. We've seen Salford able to score tries, 10 minutes left. Lee did well to pick that up. Bradshaw. Very quick running forward. Gibson coming more and more now into the attack. He knows he's got to be in there now. Salford throwing everything in here. Wayne Reid, strong half-back, 21 years of age, 4 seasons learning his trade at Wigan. Lee switches it. Worrell. But this defence is good now. Good defence from Leeds, forcing Salford back on the 5th tackle. Gibson. Well taken by Ford. Very difficult conditions down in this corner here, just in the overhang of this near side stand. And that's a timely ball. Salford then suddenly back into the match. Good pass. Reid. Worrell looking for the long pass again. Good spotting. Carl Gibson, the wingman, came in wide. Reid, good dummy. Good pass. Williams. Leeds got the best defensive record in the 3 divisions in the Rugby League. Hard-working pack of forwards. Good play by Gibson. Good pass. Oh, that was a good tackle, but he still gets the ball out. Stazika. Good play from Salford to Gilfillan. Now then. Still Salford plugging away here. Blees. No way through. The fifth tackle. Surely the grubber kick to the corner. The chip. Carl Gibson takes it. Oh, very, very well. And he gets the ball. Now then. He's got 100 yards to go. Could this be a spectacular effort from Carl Gibson? His first touch of the ball. No, but what a run from Gibson. Straight from his own line. He caught the ball. And a penalty. A penalty. Carl Gibson being held down by his namesake, the Salford fullback, Steve Gibson. But what a run from this substitute wingman. And Schofield and Robin Whitfield just having a joke. And just look at this, John.
Yeah, it's a good substitution, Gibson, to bring him on at this time. He's got plenty of speed. They try the kick into the corner, and I'm just a little bit surprised there that Schofield didn't take the 2 points on offer.
Well, I think he must be very confident now. Certainly Paul Dixon is. Leeds looking for more points, looking to clinch the game. Gunn. Goulding wants a part of the action. Schofield. Devote can't just quite get the pass away. Good tackle by Gibson. And fifth tackle. And lost ball.
I think the big turnaround in the second half was when Leeds decided not to go down the middle so much, and they Goulding and Gary Schofield decided to give the ball a little bit of air. They moved it 2 and 3 passes wide of the ruck, and then they start to find the holes.
But Salford, game as ever, still coming back. And Shane Hansen, the Kiwi forward, coming back on. David Young driving forward against his old-tide Leeds. Just 5 minutes left. Salford now desperate for points. The crowd roar forward. Mr. Whitfield agrees. And Shane Hansen, I think, waiting on the sidelines there to come on for possibly Mark Lee. Lee struggled with that ankle injury. Goulding to feed. And Gunn can get down. Again. Well, the hooker goes off and Salford win the ball against the head. Williams to Gilfillan. Well held by Ford. But still adventurous play here from Salford, swinging this ball left to right. Kerry. They've contributed to a good game. Reed. Hansen couldn't take it. This is the time, John, when you do have handling problems, isn't it? When you know you're playing catch-up rugby.
Well, it's all or nothing now for Salford. They've just got to take the chances, but that's the way they've been playing throughout this Regal Trophy competition. And you know, they've taken a lot of chances. They've thrown the ball around. They've had to go with the ball in their hands. Unfortunately today for them, but the passes haven't stuck.
Paul Dixon had a very influential second row, this Great Britain international. £110,000 signing from Halifax a couple of seasons ago. 2 tours in 88 and 1990, this number 12. Malloy. Just 3 minutes left. Leeds looking for the place in the Regal Trophy final. 22 points to 15. Mike O'Neill again. The pace of this prop forward coming through wide on the outside. Schofield. Powell. Goulding. Looking for an enormous drop goal. Doesn't find it. Finds Steve Gibson. Plays it himself, you can do if nobody's marking, and gains valuable ground. Nick Worrell. All credit to this Salford pack. David Young, Lee, Stasiker, Hansen, Blees and Worrell haven't given up hope, still plugging away in midfield. Kerry to Bradshaw. End-to-end rugby. Still Salford, move it around, looking desperately for points. That's a good ball! Burkitt! Almost like a juggler. Took the ball there, the 5th tackle. The last effort here for Salford, surely. Hansen to Williams. It's lost. And David Young doesn't quite make it.
Just looking at the play that's come over this side, that, you know, it's unfortunate that Adrian Hadley went off with that injury, because he might have been able to score a couple of tries down this sideline.
Yes, I think Hadley's injury certainly cost Salford on this near side. Well, there is the man of the match, as Alex Murphy so confidently predicted. Gary Schofield. The number of times he's picked up them, 150 pounds and a commemorative tankard. He's certainly been instrumental in this second half revival for Leeds. Just coming up to this final hooter. Schofield beats his man to Evans.
There's been plenty of good players out here today, Ray. There's, you know, Schofield's not on his own, and you know, the decision at half-time for Schofield and Goulding to move the ball wide and get out of that battlefield area, which was the middle of the ruck, has certainly paid dividends for Leeds.
Certainly has, and all credit to both of these two sides. Salford, the surprise side of the season, made Leeds fight all the way. But Leeds, twice winners of this trophy, they beat Salford in 73, Widnes in 84. Only David Creaser, a survivor from that 1984 side, so a new experience for many of these Leeds players. Good dummy from Mick Worrell. Still Salford, looking for points. Burkitt. And that's what happens when you need points. You've got to throw the ball around, you've got to move it. And Marvin Edwards hanging about there ready to pick it up. Forward, responding to the roars and the cheers, and there's the hooter. Leeds through to their first major final in 4 seasons, and the first under new coach Doug Lawton. And that man, number 6, Gary Schofield, they have a lot to thank him for. They've spent millions of pounds in the last 3 seasons, and at last some success seems to be coming the way of those fans. They'll have to wait until December the 21st to see whether it's St Helens or Widnes in the final. But a tremendous effort.
Well, Gary Schofield, you must be a very, very happy man. That was a wonderful performance.
Yeah, very proud, Alex. The first 40 minutes wasn't really down to our game plan. Salford rushed into things and made us make mistakes. But I think it shows the spirit and the commitment the Leeds side have got nowadays, and we're very happy we got through to the Regal Trophy final.
Well, I've made it now. You've never been in front in any of the matches you've played, but you've always come out the winners. Is that an omen?
Not really, mate. No, I think it gives Doug a lot of nightmares, and you know, we are slow times until we get into our game plan. All credit to Salford, they played very well, but I'm proud of my boys the way they fought back.
Well, Gary, you must be a very happy man. Congratulations, and thanks very much for the interview.
Pleasure, Alex. Thank you.
We'll see whether it's St Helens or Widnes in the final. Join us on Grandstand in a couple of weeks' time.